What up, fam? It is Coach Josh with Tennis Press Play, back with another video. Today's video is going to be on the forehand ground stroke. Personally, one of my favorite strokes in tennis. We're going to go over basically the grip that you need to hit a forehand, as well as the structure of the shot. So the backswing, the contact point, and the follow through of a forehand. Okay, so as far as the forehand grip goes, you can find the points on your hand. If you look at your hand, the index finger knuckle here and the base of your hand, the heel of your hand, is going to go on the third bevel. So the third bevel of the racket, this is bevel number 1, bevel number 2, bevel number 3, both points. So if you're looking at my hand, both points, index finger, knuckle, and the heel of your hand are gonna go on bevel number 3, just like this, okay? The easiest way to find this for a beginner is if you leave the racket on the ground, and if you were to pick it up flat just like this, then that's usually your forehand grip, okay? So if you just put your arm straight out like this, the racket's gonna be at a little bit of an angle, and that's what you want. My forehand is semi-western, so it's gonna be turned a little bit more like this, so I can put more spin on the ball. If you're a beginner, I would recommend just keeping it on the third bevel, which is an eastern forehand grip. So that goes over the grip. As far as the structure of your shot, you have the ready position, which is very important. Then you have your backswing, right? Then you have your contact point, which is here, and then you have your follow through. When I'm coaching tennis, I call it 1, 2, 3. One step is going to be the ready position. 2 is going to be racket back. 3 is going to be the follow through. The reason I do it like that is because I don't like students to stop at contact point. I think the contact point is a transition period where the racket should go all the way through, and your elbow should be pointing across the court. So it should be pointing straight ahead from you. If you look at it from a different angle, you have ready position, you have backswing, follow through, contact point, follow through, and then you can even bring that foot around. Let's talk about the backswing really quick. So the backswing, when you're starting in the ready position, you're gonna bring your racket back. Usually that racket head is gonna be high up. You're gonna drop the racket head and swing through the ball, low to high. So you want your racket to be going low at contact point, it's meeting in the middle, and you're bringing that racket across. Elbow's gonna be straight out across from you, okay? All right, so we have our backswing. Let's start at 1. 1 is gonna be ready position. 2 is backswing. Racket head is up. Racket head comes down. Now with a lot of beginners, the contact point gives them a lot of trouble. They don't have any trouble going through the ball, but they have trouble contacting it with the racket face at the right angle to make sure that the ball goes inside the court. So a lot of times when they'll hit through it, they'll hit like this. You see how my racket face is down? So when the ball hits off the racket, it's going into the ground, into the net, or they'll go like this, where the racket face is up and the ball goes flying. I usually get a lot of questions about this. People are like, I tried playing tennis before, I can never get the ball inside the court because I keep hitting it over the fence, I don't know how people hit it so hard. The way that they do is when they hit the ball, when they hit from that low to high position, they're actually brushing the ball, creating topspin that spins the ball back into the court. Now, as a beginner, what I would like them to see is just hitting it flat like this and then following through so that at least the ball goes straight, and then it can drop down into the court. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this, because both of those are not going to land inside the court. One is going to land way over the fence, and one is going to land inside the net. One of the best drills I've ever seen is where you start off in 2, right? So 2 is going to be your racket head up. Remember, it goes down and you hit through. Elbow is going to be out. Let's say you don't have an instructor, you don't have anybody to toss you the ball. You could be your own. So basically you hold your racket out like, you hold your hand out like this, right? You have your racket up, you're in 2 position, you drop it, and then you hit it. Just like this, 2, drop, hit. See how I follow through? Alright, so another great drill to do for your forehand to get the practice of the swing. You really don't even need a ball for this. It's really just the racket that you need. Sometimes you don't even need the racket, but it's nice to have the racket so you can exercise your arm, get used to that weight, and getting used to that follow through. I'll display it really quick. If you look at me, I'm in the ready position, step forward, racket head up, back, and then get back ready. One thing that I'm doing with this is I'm keeping my arm extended all the way through the shot. So you'll see me go all the way through, and that's what you really want. You want your arm to be going all the way through the shot. Some people choke up here. And that's one good thing about shadow tennis is you're not worried about the ball. You're worried about the swing, getting that good feel, and feeling that perfect shot coming through all the way over your shoulder, back over your shoulder, and getting back into that ready position without even worrying about the next ball coming. You can just constantly do this until you feel comfortable, and then you can get a ball and start playing. If you have a wall, that's even better. Creating that top spin. What top spin is putting the spin on the ball so that it dips into the court. A great way to practice that, especially if you have a wall, is to get closer to the wall, because if you get closer to the wall, you can't hit the ball through the ball. You kind of have to use the top spin to get the ball back to you. Remember, when you're meeting that contact point, you want to be hitting it flat, low to high, bringing that racket back. In the backswing, racket head is going to be out back, dropping it, hitting through the ball, elbow is going to be faced across. Alright guys, so that concludes my video. We went over a few things.
The ready position, which is very important. Then you have your backswing, right? Then you have your contact point, which is here, and then you have your follow through.
We went over the grip on the forehand side.
You're looking at my hand, both points, index finger, knuckle, and the heel of your hand are gonna go on bevel number 3, just like this, okay?
This is Coach Josh. If you like this video, please hit the like button, comment down below, share it. I do want to thank you guys for watching. See you on the court.